There he is.
Hi, sorry about that.
No, that's okay. It's good to see you, man. I have the biggest love-hate relationship with Zoom. You think that we would be so good at it after using it religiously for the last few years, but
Yours looks good though. Normally it's a disaster, but yours looks nice with the light, the guitar, the station window, the other guitar. It's pretty cool.
thank you. I was hoping that was the
Yeah,
case. I got one of those fancy little selfie lights, and I'm like, I'm not going to be that person to use one, but here we are, and it actually
yeah,
works
yeah,
wonders. So I'm
yeah.
like, I'm that person. I'm okay with it. How are you? It's good to see you again.
I'm good, thanks. Just in the studio, and it's fun to be just writing songs. I got a little bit of time off, so I mean, I have some promo for the tour and days. There's a few things in the mornings, but generally I have a bit of time, and so it's been nice to be in here, like just getting that going again and just like getting a few songs and just it feels good because I feel primarily I've always felt just a songwriter, I write songs, so I always define myself, like not a guitar player, not a great, what I mean, just I write songs, and so that always feels good, it's really selfish, but it's cool. I feel like an artisan, like Japanese noodle maker or something, I just like make songs. So that's what I like to do.
Sure. Yeah, it's like I said, it's good to see you again through here. I know we get you in person in February at the Ryman, and we're so excited about that. We were supposed to have you last fall, but then COVID-y things happened. So now that that's out of the way, hopefully, fingers crossed, then we
Oh
actually
right, yeah,
do this
yeah,
time.
yeah. Were you on that? Yeah, yeah. But that was a terrible time to tour. I was so relieved when that was cancelled because it was like no one was happy.
Mhm.
It wasn't a great experience for people. Now it's back to where it can be a great experience, and we're all about the great experience. I tried
Yeah.
that drive, did two of those. That was not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we don't have to talk about it. We don't have to go there. 2020, 2021, that's behind us. It's not a good time for
No, no, it's just
anybody.
really so it made sense that we didn't get to play there, and I'm excited to play there now.
Yeah, that's great. And you're at the Ryman this time, which is awesome. Nice indoor, the Mother Church. Have you been at the Ryman before, or is this your first time?
First time.
First time.
It's
Awesome.
a church, a converted church.
Yeah, so it's,
Wow,
I mean,
what a great
there's,
sound. Best
yeah,
sound.
the seats are actually church pews still. And there's the stained glass, and they've done a lot of work on it in the last few years. So it's of
Take
course
care of
like
that.
put a nice event space on the front of it, but it's still it looks like a church inside still.
I better take care of that potty mouth.
No,
Better don't be dropping any F bombs anywhere near that building. That's not
man,
cool.
I've seen rappers there. I've seen how many rock bands
Ooh,
there. The Mother Church does not have virgin ears. You don't have to worry about it.
right. Okay, okay.
You don't have to behave yourself there. It's your first time there, which is exciting to compliment that new album that we just got. Congrats on your new album, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I feel like whenever a band releases an album, it's like their next chapter. And this is being your ninth, right? Your ninth studio album. It's like look at all the stages that we've been through with this band for so many years now. It's great that Bush has this longevity. We're great. We're very grateful to hear another album from you.
That's crazy. Yeah, you never know. There's part of me that's was like, how are we meant to be at the dance party this long? But it's it just comes down to trying to make great records and having great shows and like I had a sort of an epiphany about it, or just thinking about it a couple of minutes ago about how it's so much fun because the band get along so great, and they just want to have a great show with everyone. So we just always end up having a great show because there's so much a connection, and that's what it's about, really, especially as we sort of heal and we have brighter times and all that stuff. It really is about healing.
Yeah, and listening through this album that you released in October, it's almost like when I listened, my first impression that I've got on it was like, man, this guy's got something to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think that everyone has a responsibility to try and get better at what they do. I think it's just sort of a different, as you say, different stage, and I have a different focus to the way that I write now. It's weird. I think maybe because you can do so much in a studio now, myself, and you have to be kind of clearer. I don't know. It feels like a very good time for us to make music in the way that we're all playing together and stuff. It's it's fun, and I think that we could be forgiven for doing a really mediocre, bullshitty record. Because we had so many records that were better. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? As you go off into the sunset, oh, remember those great records. Instead, we just want to like make records that destroy everything we've done, and just be really valuable in their own way. So a lot of people getting that record and not knowing about the catalog, that's the really fun part, to kind of release something in of itself, of its time, and connects to people so young they can't, they have no idea about the catalog, And then of course, then they check it out and whatever, it goes from there.
Sure. Do you have a favorite song on the album particularly?
On this one,
Mhm.
may your love be pure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like just sometimes. I mean, I hate all that jargon about people like I'm just a vessel and all that sort of stuff, and people get too sort of reverential about it or sort of that. But it is a wild thing, that the whole process, and literally about, it sort of feels as open as you can be to channel whatever it is that's like in your heart, in your, is annoying you, is like that you love, that, side swipes of things, that's how more the machines and girls are in control, not the government. It's just because it's side swipe, because that stuff is going on. I was like, I couldn't believe it, but I was living in it. And so it's like right behind me that it comes out through that song and stuff like that. And, I really I love my job.
Yeah, how can you not? And that's great to hear that you still love it, of course. But again, it's great to talk to you. I'm not going to take up too much of your time. We will see you February 20th at the Ryman. Before you go, do you ever have like free time in the cities that you're in, or is it strictly like work, work, work?
It's strictly work, sloth, 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 sloth. So if I could fit in a sloth time, something that you could suggest, I'm totally down. Otherwise, it's sloth, sloth, sloth. It's like getting ready, like coiling up to then spring for the show. It's all about the show. That's it. You know what I mean? The days are long. It's all about the show.
Sure.
All
I
about the show.
mean, it depends on what you're into, of course. And of course, a lot of it. So the Ryman is right in the middle of like lower Broadway, the honky tonks, all the fun like restaurants and everything. But so you won't
That's
have
not good. We eat. We eat. We always have to eat. We definitely. That's one constant. We always eat. You gotta, like we march on our army, right? On our stomachs. March on our army. Good see. March on our stomachs.
So the Ryman is right next door to this assembly food hall. Every restaurant, any restaurant you can possibly think of, it's there. So,
Oh, nice. One of those kind of market style, indoor market.
yep. And
Different.
if you want a new pair of Nikes or a new Apple product, it's right there too.
That's good to know. I can waddle. I can waddle around the Apple
Yeah.
store, having like eaten my way through half the food markets. I love all that kind of, different things and little pieces of stuff.
Right
Like
next door.
restaurants, I way over order, and people are like, no, no, stop. But I'm always like, just want a little bit. I want to taste it, They want to, but I don't like to try to be stopped in restaurants, because I think that the hospitality trade is a noble endeavor. I love it. I love great restaurants.
Yes. There will not be a shortage of that. So you don't have to worry about an Uber ride. You don't have to worry about a chauffeur, nothing like that. It's right across the street from the Ryman's.
Ain't got no chauffeur. Yeah, okay. I
No.
like an Uber. Yeah, cool. I walking, even better.
Yeah, exactly. So it was great to talk to you. We will see you in February.
Thanks so much. You too.
Thanks,
See ya.
Gavin.